In order to apply your zipper properly, you need either one of these zipper feet, and you can easily attach them to your sewing machine so that you can accomplish the task at hand. The zipper foot you see here to the left is one that you can purchase in any department store that sells sewing notions, mainly Hancock or Joann. You probably could find it also at your local Hobby Lobby. But wherever zippers are sold, you should be able to find this zipper foot attachment. It's an invisible foot used for applying the invisible zipper. And then if you notice, there's an attachment for a short shank machine and a long shank machine. Okay, this one is used on an industrial sewing machine, which I really love. This is my favorite zipper foot attachment. This is your general purpose zipper foot, or general purpose foot. It's not really a zipper foot, but you can use it for applying zippers. And you should have a foot similar to or like this one that comes with your sewing machine. If not, check with your sewing machine dealer and you can purchase one. This is a general zipper foot, and it applies to almost any sewing machine, and you can use it in applying a zipper. You can also use it in applying an invisible zipper, but it takes a little more work. It's a little more tedious, but it's very good for applying your regular zippers, your centered lap and fly zippers. And if you see, it adjusts. It will adjust from the left to the right hand side. So we'll slide on the back of it, and you can easily slide it from one side to the other side. So when you're sewing on the left hand side of your zipper or the right hand side, you can easily make that adjustment. So again, these are the tools or the feet that you need to apply your zippers properly. Zippers come in a variety of sizes, and you can choose whichever one that you desire to use. Normally for a pair of pants, you would use either a 7-inch or 9-inch zipper. That's the standard size for your zippers. And we're going to show you how to apply a centered zipper, which is you'll find on quite a few pair of pants, and they usually zip in the back or the side with this application. For the centered zipper application, you want to make sure that you're using a plate that has the wide opening. Some of your plates have a single hole, just a little hole right here. This is your general plate that you would use for most sewing. And you want to make sure that that hole is wide, and we're going to use the general zipper foot. You just simply screw it on. Some machines have a little plastic one that you can just kind of clip on the bottom. But this machine, which is an old Singer, uses this particular foot. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to base the area that we're going to be sewing. So what you want to do is set your machine on a long stitch. Mine would be 6. This is a basting stitch. That's the loosest stitch, okay? Doesn't really matter which side that the needle is on at this point. But if you notice, you can adjust this foot from the left to the right, or from the right to the left, whichever way. Okay? So for now, we're going to base the area that we're going to sew the zipper on. Okay? And that's about 7 inches right there. So you don't want to back tack or anything like that. What you will want to do is when you continue on to the bottom of the zipper, you want to set the the stitch setting back to regular stitching. And at that point you want to back tack and then stitch on down. Okay. So if this were a skirt, you could sew right on down to the bottom edge of the skirt. The next thing you want to do is open that seam out just a little like so. Okay, take your zipper, unzip it. Okay, turn it over where the head is face down. And then you'll place the zipper tab at the top of the seam. Okay, can you see that? So you want your zipper to lie down flat just like so. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Okay. Alright. So from this point, we're going to switch the zipper foot over to the right, because what we're going to do is baste the zipper down. Okay, right here we're going to baste the zipper down. Make sure your threads are out of the way. You should always pull your threads towards the back so that they won't tangle up as you sew. Now you want to sew close to teeth but not too close. And you want the teeth of the zipper to lie right along the edge of your seam. Okay? So this is going to be stitched down all the way to the end of the zipper tape. Okay? And then you can just cut that off here. Then you're going to zip that zipper back up. Okay? So what you should have now is the zipper stitched down on one side. Okay? And when you spread out the seam, the zipper should lie flat on that seam. Okay? Now, if you feel comfortable, stitching on the other side and you feel like you can keep your zipper flat, then you can just flip it over and we'll top stitch it, which I'll show you. Or one way to keep the other side of the zipper from moving around, you can turn it over and stitch down this way, whichever way is easier for you. Come back from the bottom, okay, and just stitch the other side of the zipper tape down. And what this is actually doing is holding the zipper in place, because when you top stitch it, it will not move. It'll stay in place. Okay, I guess you say, what is top stitching? Okay, just follow me. Now, you see you have your seam. Okay, you stitch the zipper down on both sides. Okay, so now you want to position your zipper foot, okay, to the left of the zipper, and you want that foot to come down along the side of that seam. Alright, and this is where we will top stitch. We're going to go down the left side, and it's a good thing to mark the bottom of the zipper. You can kind of feel it right there, because you don't want to stitch over the little bottom part of the zipper. So you can feel the little hump right there, which is the bottom of the zipper. You should be able to feel right there the end of the zipper. Okay, so just kind of put a pin there so you'll know where it is, and you won't go too far past it, and you won't go on top of it. Stitch down. Okay, right there, just past the bottom of the zipper, you want to pivot and turn. Okay, put your foot down and stitch very slowly, making sure you don't stitch over that bottom of the zipper. We're going to pivot again. And when you do this, you're coming back up the other side. If you keep your foot lined up with the seam, then your stitching will be equally proportionate to the other side. Okay, and just stitch right off. Cut your thread. And remember, you want to cut these threads as you go. Keep your scissors nearby so you can kind of just snip them out. Keep a little pair of scissors or your snips or your big scissors. There you have your centered zipper. And the next thing you'll do, either with your seam ripper or a nice pair of little sharp scissors, you want to snip the basting stitch that you put in previously. That stitch you will snip. And what you're doing is just opening the zipper. Okay, and you'll do this all the way to the bottom of the zipper. Let's just get that open. It comes out pretty easy if you didn't stitch a tight stitch. If you stitched a tight stitch, you're going to have a little bit of trouble. Almost there. And the color of the zipper is really up to you, but for the most part you want to make sure that your zipper matches the fabric that you're using. If you can't find one that's identical to the fabric, go with one in the same shade or a little darker. Okay, pull your threads out. So now you have a nice centered zipper, and this zipper can be applied to the back of a dress, size of skirts, pants, or just whatever you may need. This application is a lap zipper, and again we want to base the zipper area that you're going to base the area down that you're going to be placing your zipper in, and then we're going to proceed with the zipper. Remember, your seam should be 5/8 of an inch, and your basting stitch should be very loose so you can get it apart. And this zipper that we're working with is about 7 inches, so we'll tighten it up at the bottom. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to lay the zipper down again on the seam, same way as we did before. And this time we're going to stitch kind of like right in the center of the zipper. Okay. Kind of basting it in place. And now you can see that it's basted in place. I'm going to close the zipper. This time we're going to fold it back. Okay? Fold it back and line that fold up right against the teeth of the zipper. And you want to adjust the zipper foot because you're going to stitch right on top of that fold. Be sure not to stitch on the teeth and not to stitch on the seam on the left side. And it's just easy to open the zipper. So you're going to stitch right along the edge. When you get to the bottom, come all the way down. Okay. And if you notice, I'm coming down past the bottom of the zipper. Okay. Now you have the zipper stitched down on that side. Okay, now let's zip it back up. Okay, and we're going to open it out. Okay, and this time, if you press it flat, okay, you'll notice that the zipper lies flat and that seam line lies, the seam is lying flat inside of the zipper. Just right there. Okay. So now We're going to adjust the foot again, bring it over to the right hand side, and right there where that lump is, which is the head of the zipper foot, you're going to begin to stitch. Okay, this will be a regular stitch. Make sure you back tack so it won't come apart, and just very slowly. Your zipper foot's going to stay in the track pretty much. It's going to guide it right down along the side. And you'll be able to feel the zipper tape and what have you. You can feel the edge of the zipper. And your zipper foot will just go right along this groove, kind of like an invisible groove. And at the bottom, again, you want to mark the bottom of that zipper with a pen so you'll know where you want to stop with the zipper. Okay, let me get a pen. I'm going to pivot right about there because that's where the end of the zipper is. And you can feel this with your fingers. Stitch down. When you get below the bottom of the zipper, you want to pivot. Okay, and turn. Okay, back tack a little. If you want to back tack it a couple times, that's fine. Okay, and you stop right there. And you have a lap zipper. Now, I put this one in, and actually, the lap is to the right. So you can put it to the left or to the right, whichever one you prefer. Again, just snip the seam open. And this one, like I said, is lapping to the left. You could do this like on the side of a skirt. You could do this little zipper here. And if you do it in the opposite direction, it would look nice on the back of a dress. Okay, you would just simply do the reverse, so it'll be on the opposite side. We're going to take that thread out. You're looking at the shape of the cut for a mock fly zipper, and before you apply the zipper, you want to baste it right down this area here. Right down this area, and you'll see on your pattern or what have you where to actually baste. But we're going to baste from the top down to here. Okay? Okay, once you baste, right down to that edge there. That's good. Okay? I'll just baste it on. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to press this open. Let's cut that. You're going to press this time. Okay? Fold that back. The left side you're going to press over just a little bit further. Like so. You can push it over a little bit more. About like that. Okay? And we're going to press this down. So when you press this fly open, it's going to be about a 5/8 of an inch seam from where you basted it. Okay, so you're going to press this down here. Okay, press it down. Okay, and now you're ready to put the zipper on. You will fold the garment back like so. Okay, let me let you take a look at that. You folded it back. And then you're going to actually stitch your zipper. Can you see that? The zipper is going to be stitched right along this side here. Stitched down right along the edge. Okay? Of where you turned it back when you pressed it. So let's stitch that down. Remember to adjust your zipper foot. Mine is pretty much already on the left side. Okay, let's stitch that down right there. Just take your time. You always want to start at the top of that zipper tape because it allows the seam area or if you're putting a waistband or facing on something, you're going to stitch all the way down, okay, and stop right there. This is what it should be looking like at this point. Alright, the next thing you want to do is open it out, okay, like so, okay, to the other side, and then you want to stitch the zipper down on the right hand side. Okay, let's go. Hold it nice and flat. Stitch it all the way down. Okay, that's good. Okay, so right now you should be looking just like this. Okay, so now we're going to actually open your garment up. Okay, open it out flat. Okay, so on the right hand side, you can see what it's looking like there. Okay, you can actually base this down, okay, so that it'll stay in place, because we're going to flip it over. I'm not going to base it down because I don't want to. How about that? Anyway, it would be easy for you to just base it down right along here and curve it a little, or you can just base it straight down just so that it'll stay in place. Okay, because at this point we're going to flip it over. You see here? Can you see the top of the zipper tape right there? We're going to stitch right down here in the shape of the way that a fly is normally shaped, okay? So just watch and make sure you do exactly the same thing. Let's get a good little zoom in on it. Okay, you want to adjust your zipper foot. I would actually move it over to the right hand side, okay, because you don't want your fly, the top stitching, to be too wide. Okay, notice where I've got that position, and I'm marking the bottom of that zipper so I'll know not to stitch over the zipper at the bottom. I always need to find me a piece. Okay, I've top stitched this once already, and I'm going to top stitch it again right next to the side of the first stitching, because you could do that, kind of decorate the garment. You don't have to, but this is how you would do it. Nice little stitching when you get to the bottom, curve again. Okay, back jacket. Decorated fly zipper. Okay, mock fly. You snip your threads. So, and then you would go back and remember, take the basting or loose that you had there to hold that down, and once you open it up, that's what you have is your zipper, mock zipper. Remember to cut your threads. Here. Snip your threads, and there you have finished mock zipper. And again, you can also do the same application if you want the zipper for male. It would go to the opposite side. The flap will open on the opposite side. So you would do the same application, but in reverse. As you begin to apply the invisible zipper, you want to open out your garment just like so, okay? And we're going to work on the right side of the garment first, alright? For this particular application, you will open up the fabric. Say this is the back, the two pieces for the back. You're going to open up the fabric and you want the right side, okay? And the zipper, you want to unzip, okay? And then turn it face down with the head of the zipper facing the right side of the fabric, okay? And the edge of the zipper tape should be along the edge of the seam, or the seam, the edge of the fabric or the garment, alright? So you have your special zipper foot. You can buy a package of these little zipper feet right here, okay? And if you notice this little roller here, it's going to follow right down the gutter where it needs to go, okay? the teeth of the zipper will feed right alongside of that roller. Okay, so you want to keep that straight and keep your zipper straight. Notice it feeds right through. The secret to invisible zippers is you have to get as close to the teeth as possible without stitching on the teeth of the zipper. So here you stitch all the way down to there as far as it will go. It won't go any further than the head. Okay, and you can backtrack there a little bit. Alright. Next thing you want to do is stitch the other side. Okay, and you will do the same thing. I like to just position mine and then flip it. Okay, just like so. Make sure that the zipper is even in the same place, that you start in the same place as you did on the other side, and that will prevent, when you zip it up, any the zipper from not zipping up evenly. Okay, so you notice I just flipped that over. This time I'm going to position the zipper foot. Okay, I have that position. Okay, and you just want to keep that other side out of your way. Let's make sure that that's open right. You can push that little zipper tape over to get it to fit in the groove where it should be. It needs to fit right in that groove, right next to the little roller. Okay, just take your time. Okay, keep your zipper right there on the edge. If you need to base it or mark it with some chalk, you can do that. If you notice, I'm stitching right in the groove next to the zipper teeth. Okay, and before you actually stitch the seams together in the back, I would put the zipper in. That way you have an easy closure. You can make sure there's no puckering at the end. Okay, so now I've stitched the zipper in on both sides. Notice that it's stitched on both sides. Okay, so when I open it, okay, you can see that the zipper is stitched on both sides, and when you zip it, you should not be able to see the zipper at all. You see that? Okay, now the closer you get to that edge, the less of the zipper you will see, and then you just press that down. But before you do that, if you notice here where we stopped at the end, you stop right there, you want to switch this foot to close that seam and finish off the seam from the zipper down to the bottom edge of your garment. You want to change your feet, put your general zipper foot back on. Okay. What you want to do is go back to the bottom of the stitch where you stitched on the invisible zipper. I will show you that in just a moment. Okay. You want your needle, your foot position where the needle is going to line up right at the edge, at the bottom of the, see there, that's where we stop stitching. So you want to line this zipper foot up right here, the needle right there at that stitch. So you're going to have to kind of push that over, all that fullness. Can you see that? Push it over. Okay. Put the foot down there. Okay, put your needle in. Okay, you're going to stitch as close to the zipper as you can get. Okay, this is going to close up the seam, and you will stitch to the bottom, or stitch on off the bottom of your garment or whatever you're working on. Okay, and now you notice those two pieces are together and it's invisible. Okay, and also you have the top here, and what you can do to finish that off, you may be applying maybe a waistband or something here. You can do that, or it's different ways to finish the top edges of those zippers. Okay, you can just fold it back like so and fold it down if that's what you're doing. Sometimes you might want to open that zipper up. If you're not putting a band, you can stitch across the top of it, the zipper. Let me show you what it will look like to get your nice clean finish at the top of that zipper. That's this one, and there's different finishes for different zippers. Okay, oh well, just unthreaded my needle. Okay, so let's finish that top of that zipper so you can see one of the ways to finish the top. Okay, stitch right across there. Be sure not to stitch on the zipper itself, and just stitch across there. Okay, so you can go and press that down now, and if you want to see the other side, a little bit messy. Okay, one thing you could do is finish the edges before you actually stitch the zipper on. That will prevent any